All right. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon to everyone. Once again, this is another video lesson for our class. And you know what? I'm very happy because this is, let's say, I think the second part. Ang tagal bago nasundan ng lesson natin. But don't worry, sa part naman ninyo, makikita nyo agad. You will see agad. And sorry if you will be bombarded by different lessons because we really need to finish this and the time is running out for me, per se, and for you naman. I know that you want to learn something. I know that. I am well aware of that. It's just that we need to really finish this matter agad-agad talaga. So bear with me. And this is um, part of our discussion as in education. And board exam kasi ito kaya hindi natin i-discuss. So, now, let us continue rather our discussion. So, continue lang natin ang discussion natin. So, a while ago, we have discussed, again, of course, the language and development. And for now, we will continue discussing this matter. And I hope that you have learned something from the different lessons that we have about brains and preschoolers and so on and so forth. Yeah. So, we have the different tasks from your classmates. Meron na tayong tasks sa lahat. Sa Ravenclaw, ayan. So, nakikita ko dito, meron na tayo. Okay? So, now we will continue our discussion. And let us dig in. Have you ever wondered, sometimes some kids will say, childs, such as this one, goad, wents, foots, feet, yung childs niya, for children, runs for run. Now you'll think, you're wrong. But actually, no. They are learning. Why? Because they're not familiar with regular verbs. They're not familiar they are familiar with regular verbs, but they're not familiar with irregular. When we say regular verbs, you are both language and most of you are language majors. But when we say regular verbs, we put ed or d at the end of the sentence, and it sounds tsa. Diba? Ganun yung pronunciation. Tsa. Ganun. Now, irregular verbs are different because irregular verbs tend to have what happened? Okay. Because irregular verbs are different. Why? They are different in a way that instead of saying go, went, you'll say, hindi ka pwedeng goad. Go. What's the past tense of go? It's not goad, it's went. Isn't it? They are not familiar with regular, irregular verbs, and nouns as well. They're not familiar with this one yet. So sometimes instead of children, they say childs. Okay, so akala nila, they will always put S naman for nouns or ES, churches. Ganun. Kasi that's the first rule that they have. And they are following you kasi. Kinagaya nila yung mga matatanda and they're not aware na hindi pala lahat ng verb ganun. Now, a 3-year-old laughing with delight in an abroad summer breeze stirred his hair and tickled his skin, commented, "It did winding me." Why? Why winding? Why winding? I will ask a question. Bakit winding? Kasi wind yon. So, sana tayo, winding, nagiging ing kasi wind. Since someone is winding me, but actually it's not because it is not winding, but rather, the wind is blowing. Diba? Ganun, blow ta. Ganun tayo, no? Now, my father hatches the wood, meaning father chops the wood. Not hatches. It's not a chicken. Now, with a hatchet. So, we now use hatchet kasi yung tawag. So, pwede naman sa Philippines, pwedeng My father access the wood, di ba? It's usually chop, di ba? Instead of access, ginagamit niya because of the tool, di ba? But, no, it's not. It is chopping if we'll use axe. Now, many of the oddities of young children's language sound like mistakes to adult listeners. But, from the children's perspective, they are not. They are learning. But yes, we do correct them. We need to correct children, but in a nice way. Because they are now exploring, and imagine without the formal teaching of use this verb, use this, use that, use this, use that. Without the formal teaching, they are learning. Now, it's our time not to laugh at them, but to correct them. It's important, but do it in a manner in which they will be afraid. Now, in asking questions, preschoolers tend to cling to consistent word order, and so they form questions not by following the pattern of subject, verb, object. In English, subject, verb, which can be transitive or intransitive verb or linking verb, then object, which can be direct object, indirect object, and object, another object complement, object, channel. Pero syempre dito tayo sa dalawa. Now, hindi siya nagiging ganito. Ito lang yung alam nilang word, di ba? So, let's say subject, hindi pala tayo pwede sorry. We cannot have intransitive verb because intransitive verb doesn't need an object. And linking verbs wala. I'm sorry. It's my bad. Now, transitive verb lang siya kasi transfers action. Now, let us begin. Transitive verb. And I'll give you an example. So, dito tayo. The subject. Let's say, Mara kick me. Okay, so we have the subject, the transitive verb because there's a transfer of action to the object. SN, example lang subject, transitive verb, object. But simply saying with rising intonation the sentence in the natural order such as, Mother is coming. Yeah, ganun. Likewise, preschool children tend to have difficulty with this sentence in the passive voice. When told, the car was pushed by a truck, preschoolers demonstrate a car pushing truck. Okay? Car pushing truck. So, nag-iiba sila. From expanded vocabulary and improved grammar, preschool children learn the use of language successfully in social context. Again, social context is pragmatics. With an expanded vocabulary and improved grammar, children become skilled at conversationalists and often initiate conversation. Now, knowing how to speak is different from speaking on it. I've already told you many times that kids are sometimes assholes, diba? But because they are still learning. And I know there's a viral TikTok video before that is, they're very mad at kids. Siyempre, iba talaga yung bata ngayon. Talagang, we are grooming kids differently right now compared to before. But now, kids are still they're still learning how to speak. What is the right way of speaking? That's why we need an adult to tell them that, okay, you should not speak that way. You should be more respectful. But the problem is, we have different culture in our house. Sometimes, this is respectful to this parent. Sometimes, this is not. So, minsan iba-iba kasi tayo. That's why, parents, teachers, and caregivers should monitor the child's language. The use of bad words is not good. Yeah? At this early stage, we don't allow them to say curse words. Bawal yan. And we need to, the parents, teachers, and caregivers, we need to triangulate so that we could say what the kids would, the upbringing of the kids would be better. Kasi mamaya, I'll give you an example of story. Sometimes parents is okay. The parents teach a better language to the child. Teachers, yes, they are trained to teach the kids. And paano pag nagtayo sa caregiver? What if the caregiver is a different kind of person or different values na hindi nagja-jive tong dalawa? The problem with this, syempre mas madaling ma-adapt yung sasabihin ng bawat. So kahit siyan, sabihin natin na mali naman, si caregiver ay okay kasi trained sa bahay, But the problem is, other matters naman, or maybe parents. Tuition na din. At I remember there was a viral video na parang sabi nila yung mga Kardashians daw, medyo hindi daw maganda yung, marami daw mga rules sa, what kind of rules? Some rules daw, ang sabi, may mga kakaibang rules daw sa kanilang pagpapalaki. I think there was this Kardashian that doesn't want their kids to have a conversation with their PAs. Parang may ganun sila. Kasi sabi nila, you can say, what we still don't know it yet. Kung paano sila magsasalita, di ba? So, they want to control it. Children with mild to severe speech difficulties can refer to a specially trained professional called speech pathologist. Okay. In order to work with the child and suggest helpful strategies for caregivers to improve language proficiency. Now, this is sometimes hard. With the stutters, diba? Minsan may stutter, may nagsa-stutter tayo. Kaya lang, ang problema kasi dyan, minsan parang we keep on telling, no, it's okay, my son is okay, hindi siya special, but sometimes we need to correct and para hindi siya mas malalong mag-damage. So, speech pathologist yung tinatawag nila. Now, Vygotsky believed that young children use language both to communicate socially, to plan, guide, and monitor their behavior in a self-regulatory fashion called inner speech or private speech. So, imagine si kid pala, si preschool, meron silang tinatawag na inner speech. Now, what is an inner speech or private speech? Private speech is egocentric and immature. But for Vygotsky, this is an important tool of thought during early childhood. May say na parang ano ba yan? Nakakainis tong batang to. Parang diba? But maybe immature or egocentric, but they are developing. Full cognitive development requires social interaction and language. You will know that there is an awkward kid. Bakit ba ganyan siya? But parang di siya marunong makisama kasi hindi nilalabas ng bahay. Kaya awkward siya. Takot siya sa tao. Or sometimes, may mga iba hindi siya takot sa tao. Ang nangyayari ay, ano nga ba nangyayari sa kanila? May mga iba ako nakikita, hindi sila takot sa tao, pero parang sobra naman nila sa tao. Okay, I'll give you an example. I have this student of mine before. This student of mine is a Japanese. And now, this student of mine is in Japan. I've learned that they don't care about you. So, nakikita natin siguro sa anime, sa mga series, sa mga J-series na parang yung mga teacher, wala siya masyadong involvement. Because sa Japan, they are teach and go. They don't, it's not like in the Philippines that the teacher will be your second mother that will supervise you so much. Sa Japan, hindi. And there was a time na since kami, nag-transfer siya sa Philippines and we have, tawag dito. And then, ang nangyari is, nagulat siya kasi in Philippines, we care for the child. Parang, lagi kami na, okay kami dito. That's why, apaka-awkward niya. Parang, sobrang, the attention that she got from us, the teachers, sobra-sobra na hindi siya ganun. Parang, na-overwhelm siya. And, her classmates think that she's awkward and what the hell? Para kang pabebe, para kang ang arte mo, di ba? Ganun kasi na-overwhelm siya. Have some coffee, my dear. It's already, anong oras na ba sa akin? Yeah, it's 9:56. Kita pala, no? Now, Vygotsky asserted that preschool children are unable to achieve their highest cognitive development on their own. That's why adult is very important. And last time, yung discussion natin, di ba? Nagbanggit na tayo ng zone of proximal development. It is the task too difficult for children to master alone, but with the guidance of a more skilled children or an adult, yun ang ZPD. That's why tutoring is actually important. One of the things that you could introduce to your class is tutoring. Hala natin, tutor, ano ba yan? Tutor. Pero minsan, alam nyo, yung mas magaling na children, pwede nilang i-introduce. Kaya tayo nagkakaroon ng groupings. I know that, especially for those who are always leader and nabubuisit na sa mga ka-members na sabi ko, ano ba naman yan? Groupings na naman. And even parents, naku mga bata, laging sinasabi ng mga parent na, ma'am, puro na lang groupings. Yung anak ko lang yung nahihirapan. Kasi nga, we sometimes put children na matalino or na advanced dun sa mga hindi masyadong advanced because we want them to learn. Yun yung strategies natin nun. Now, sorry, I don't know what happened. Okay, sorry for a while. Ayan. Now, closely linked to the idea of ZPD in cognitive and language development is the concept of scaffolding, which we already discussed last time. It is a term that used to refer a changing support over the course of a teaching session with a more skilled person adjusting guidance to fit the current performance level. So now, for instance, okay, I'll give you this an example. In English, we have this scholastic reading session. And so, I'll give you our plot. Dito tayo. Now, for scholastic, during our scholastic time, ito yung sa scholastic. So, we have this reading session. Okay. So, sa scholastic namin to natutunan. So, anong ginagawa sa scholastic? So, first, they will conduct a test. So, the test will divide students for beginning readers na, proficient, ayan, proficient readers, may tayong advanced, basta marami siyang levels. Now, after that, they know already sino nga ba ang sino. Sino ang sino. Now, first and foremost, when we have this scholastic session, ito yung rundown namin. Una, we will have a storytelling. Right? So, we will have first a storytelling. Magsa-storytell. Ako, syempre. So, once upon a time, I'm handling high school, ha? Mind you, I'm handling high school. But they are observing, they are really good, and they want it. Na-enjoy ng mga high school students yan. After the storytelling, we will now have the modeling. So, during the modeling session, I will discuss how to use this. Para, sabi ko, paano siya, imo-model ko yung session, and then, tuturo ko, how should I know how to know fact or opinion? Have fact or opinion? What I will do is I will search for cues. So, when it says, it seems, that's not true. It means that it's still not sure. So, may mga ganon bagay. So, cross out siya. So, yun, modeling. Yung ginagamit kasi kami lagi. We always use graphic organizers. And then, after the modeling, we have the group work, which is all of the class. And then, down to, by class, isang buong klase, via recitation. And then, we'll have group works. So, magtutulungan na. After ng group works, we'll have the solo. And then, at the end of the session, number 6, those who are in advanced class, lalabas na sila. Fly na sila. They will go to the library and read or take quiz. Now, those who are beginning readers hanggang sa hindi umabot sa proficient, they will stay with me, with the teacher, to learn more. Ganun yung sa scholastic. That is what I've learned. And it's very helpful. Tumaas yung mga Lexile level ng mga estudyante ko. Now, information processing, theory, and memory. The information processing model is another way of examining and understanding how children develop cognitively. This model conceptualizes children's mental process through the metaphor of a computer processing. We'll have encoding, storing, and decoding of data. And the preschooler's attention span lasts longer than of the toddler. So, medyo mahaba na yung screen time nila. Now, the children's theory of the mind. So, let us read. Theory of the mind refers to the individual's thoughts about how mental process work. That's why by the age of 2 or 3, children become aware that the mind exists. They refer to needs, emotions, or mental states. When a preschool says, I forgot my doll, I want my ice cream, this implies that he or she is aware that a mind exists. Cognitive terms such as know, remember, and think usually appear after perceptual and emotional. As their representation of the word, ayun yung tinatawag na theory of the mind. Now, all students of mine, all houses, Ravenclaw, Slytherin, Hufflepuff, Gryffindor, I want you to summarize this one. Summarize. Alright? I want this on your notebook in a summary version. Okay, next. With this, let us now have what can a child do? Firstly, we have the receptive language. In the first standard, the child is able to communicate both verbal and non-verbal in the forms of communication. For 31 to 36 months to 3 to 4 years old, speaks in simple sentences, talks about event and is understood. 37 to 48 months, uses some prepositions, uses plurals, use past tense, use newly learned words in sentence, and then group conversation. While 4 to 6 months, 45 years old, knows how to tell a story about his drawing. Kaya na niyang magkwento. Diba? Naiintindihan na rin siya. During pre-reading and pre-math, or the matching, the child is able to match identical objects, colors, shapes, and symbols. Now, match it. Okay, so just read this one, this part. Okay. Now, nakikita din natin dito na can matches identical objects via color and shape. Identical uppercase letters, so kaya na nila yung A, B, C, D, alam na nila. Now, matches identical lowercase. So, uppercase versus lowercase. Now, with this one, copy simple pattern. So, makikita natin, di ba? May mga ganun-ganun na sila. Nagsistart na sila magsulat. And then, after ng slant, may mga A, diba? Parang ganun na. Now, recognizes signs as male and female, restroom, stop and go, danger, and poison. Matches identical single-digit number and identical two-digit number. Now, pre-reading, pre-math, and copying. So, kaya na nilang mag-recite ng alphabet and numbers in sequence. For 3 to 4 years old, prints uppercase letter with some reversals. Prints complete name without model. So, noona, di ba, yun ang isa sa task nila is to learn their names. It's very important. Yan. Okay? So, same goes with 61 to 71 months. Parang nadadagdagan lang siya ng Yan. Next. Activity and attention. The child is able to sustain attention and modulate his activity at the age expected levels. For 2.5, complete simple tasks without prodding. To 3 to 4 years old, may be distracted on his own work. Remains leafing to a picture book for 5 minutes. So, kaya makonti lang kasi yung picture book talaga. Kasi hanggang dun lang din yung attention span nila. Remain settled while listening to a story using picture books. And sustain attention and concentration at tabletop activity for 10 minutes. So, dumadami na. Sustains attention tabletop activity 15 to 20 minutes. And can work on school assignment independently. Now, higher order mental activities. Now, the standards 1, the child develops basic concepts pertaining to object constancy. So, alam na nila yung constancy, the space, the time, the quantity, and seriation. So, ano na nila? Basis na siya in understanding the environment. But that's why 2.5 to 3 years old knows difference between recent event that one happened a long time ago. So, counts 1-to-1 correspondence na rin siya. Now, understands the concept of number quality and relation from 1 through 5, groups object by shape, arranges by length, kaya na niya yung size, and can weigh two things the same, two things different. Kaya yung mga activity nila, kaya na nilang mag-matching type by this age. 3 to 4 years old, can prettier which is prettier or nicer in 2 items, can group objects according to category, can tell which is left or right, understands more or less, understand the concept conservation, and in 4 to 5 years old, can tell which is left and right, facing him or her, difference between yesterday, today, and tomorrow, understand the concept number, quantity, and relations of 1 to 10. Kaya na niya mag-addition ng finger. So, kaya niya mag-counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kaya na rin niyang mag-subtract. So, 10 minus 3 equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ganun. Kaya na niya mag-ganon. Now, higher order thinking mental again. It is the cause and effect relationship. The child is able to understand the cause and effect relationship. So, 2.5 to 3 years old can complete simple pattern, yung beads, pictures, shapes. So, I remember before, back then, when I was a kid, yung nanay ko binibilan ako ng beads. So, maganda siyang ano. Pero, syempre, kailangan, since 3 years old pa din to, hindi siya malalaki, ay hindi siya maliliit. 3 to 4 is understand the reason behind rules and practices in school, in community, like pertaining to sanitation. So, sila yung mga anak, don't throw this. Kasi ano siya, dapat na dun sa recycle. Kaya minsan yung bata yung nagagalit kasi tapon ng tapon kung saan-saan yung adult, di ba? So, ganun. The child is able to recall people that has met, events, ayan, and places that has been sa memory nila, episodic. So, yung mga nangyari in the past. So, 2.5 to 3 to 6 years old talks about things happened during the event. Nawala na siya. So, the child is able to store verbal information in short period of time. So, kaya na mag-repeat 5 to 7 words, sentences correctly, memorize the lyrics of a short song, memorize a short rhyme, remembers the gist in many details. So, pag kinwentuhan na sila, medyo marami na silang naaalala. And 45 years old, can recite the days of the week. So, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So, kaya na nila yun. Remembers lesson learned even after several days, lalo na pag excited sila doon. And 5 to 6 can recite the days of the week with no errors and also the months. That's why marami tayong mga kanta dyan eh. Monday, Tuesday, tapos meron Enero, Febrero. Okay. May mga ganun, may mga kanta na tayo dyan. Now, higher order thinking skills. So, medyo madami pa, marami-rami pa tayong discuss. Higher order thinking standards 1, the child is able to follow the logic of events. So, when we say logic of events, alam niya na yung mga bakit nangyari. Kasi nga meron na siya, tapos na siya sa cause and effect, logic na siya. What did happen? Ngayon, kaya niya na mag-realization. Now, parang ito yung kanina. Okay. So, now, can complete a simple pattern. Examples, again, beads, picture shapes. Can tell right or wrong with absorbed picture scenes. Experiences, kaya na niya. Can now, knock-knock jokes. Ayan, marami na silang mga knock-knock jokes. Opposite relationship. Okay, so now they can give reasons why he or she likes something. So, ayan siya. Okay, for a while lang, I'll be stopping this video.